My name is Larry Baumann. I was a recruit at NTC in 1968. I came from San Jose, California, where both my grandfathers had dairies and orchards. And when I came to boot camp, I was a pretty sheltered young man. My memories of boot camp, most vivid, was the 4 o'clock in the morning when a trash can came bouncing down between the bunks and somebody screaming, "On your feet!" And my next most vivid memory was 12 weeks later was graduation. And what happened the 12 weeks between that first morning and graduation is difficult to capsulate. The transformation that I made, the self-realization, to realize that I could be a leader. In high school, I was an average athlete, but I never saw myself as a captain or a leader. By the time I graduated from here, I knew I had leadership ability and I was ready to move on. From NTC, I got orders not to my liking. I got to go to Virginia to, we called the Jungle Warfare School. It was escape and evasion, and I can remember landing in Virginia with a lot of other guys in our white uniforms, and the gentleman who greeted us said, "When I'm done speaking, lads, you can send those white uniforms home because you don't need them where you're going." Because I grew up outdoors, I did pretty well and stood out in the escape and evasion part and surviving out in the woods, and I was tapped on the shoulder then to go to Williamsburg to do some rough terrain cargo handling school, where I learned to drive monster four-wheel drive forklifts, etc. The training that I had on the ship right behind me, damage control, knot tying, radio communications, general seamanship, spent a lot of time on the USS Recruit, and reflecting back, those were good times. What I learned really, besides being self-reliant, was being part of a team. When I graduated, out on the grinder here at NTC, had no idea that 20 years later I would be back as a VIP viewing graduation. Because I live close and I do a considerable amount of shopping, and my grandkids love the park, my dogs love the park, so we're here often, and I often think as I stand out on that beautiful park and think about the graduations that I marched in, you just wonder, how did all that time go by so fast? And I'm blessed that I can share that stuff with my grandkids. Again, 20 years later, when I came back to review the troops and I was a member of the community, the flags on Rosecrans Street have been, since 1954, the Point Loma Optimist Club has put the flags up every Sunday. I always thought the Navy did it until I joined the Optimist Club in 1977. I always felt that was giving back, and I appreciated that the Navy got credit for that because it's just a really nice thing that the Optimist Club do. I was honored to represent them at that graduation, and I was sorry to see NTC go at BRAC.